Scott McTominay. It's mad out here. It's mad. Crystal Palace 1, United 3, guys. And before we get into the post-match reaction, yeah, you guys wanted your discount code. Where did you get your garments from? You lot kept asking me, where'd you get your hat? Where'd you get your jumper? I hooked you up with a 20% discount. So it's Rants 20 at the checkout. I'm going to leave the link in the description below, guys. So, boy, it should be payday for some of you lot, so you can go treat yourself. Obviously, you lot support me, so I thought I'd hook you up with something nice, man. So go and enjoy that. Now, let's get to the nitty-gritty. Just got back from the stadium. Absolute fucking scenes, bruv. Like, it feels like the real United. It feels like Sir Alex Ferguson's back, bruv. Like, when I saw the starting lineup, I said, if this was a Fergie game, you'll see all these injuries, you'll see these man, it looks like a Carling Cup side, but we'll just do it. We'll just pull it out of the bag, and that's exactly what Ollie's got us doing. Some of you lot think that he still ain't done enough. What more does the guy have to do? Decimated squad. And to put in a performance like that, bro, if that was the other guy, we would have lost that game 1-0 and the excuses would have been flowing. But we went out there the United way, front foot football, and we put these lot to the sword. It was a mad start. Lukaku missed an absolute sitter early doors, and we were just dominant, to be completely honest, man. Like, it was a brilliant professional team performance. Like, loads of people were saying to me at the end of the game, who was man of the match? I couldn't choose one. I couldn't. If I had to choose one, Scott McTominay was immense today, bruv. Like, mayonnaise turned to McTerminate, bruv. I'm telling you, he was breaking up everything. Loads of people going for the obvious choices, Lukaku and Luke Shaw. But, bro, McTominay put in a Matic performance minus the errors. Like, he was everywhere. He was putting out fires before they started. Simple pass. He was actually trying to pass forward, winning little fouls, wasting time. He put in a very professional performance, man. On that form, like, I'd play him ahead of Matic, because the little errors that Matic makes dribbling and gets caught on the ball, he doesn't do that. He doesn't do it, man. But I think that across the board, there were lots of 7 and 8 out of 10, bruv. Like, loads. Like, the game, I think we controlled it. Dalot on the right-hand side was a threat, and he gave us good balance defensively. Ollie masterclass, because you got Wilfried Zaha, who's very, very dangerous down that left-hand side. So what do? You play Dalot and Ashley Young there, and we nullified him. Apart from the ball getting nicked off Ashley Young for the goal, tactically spot on. Like, Dalot and Ashley Young, between the two of them, they marshalled Zaha very well, and they minimized his output. But because Ashley Young didn't push up on that side, there were acres of space for Luke Shaw to exploit on the left. And he had another good game. That was an 8 out of 10 for Luke Shaw tonight. He got the assist as well. I've been screaming for him to do it more. And he actually picked up the ball once and dribbled at their defence. And the one time he done it, we got a goal from it. And he got an assist. And you see my problem with the Luke Shaw thing? It's not because I don't rate, man. Because I do. And I've been telling you lot for ages, like, he's not at the level that people are gassing him up to be. Not because he's not got the potential to be there, but because he's not there. Too many of our fans are doing the typical fucking English thing. It's just like when we got to the quarterfinals. Everyone's like, we're going to win the World Cup. We're going to win the World Cup. Just, bro, like, we didn't beat no one good to get to where we got to. And Harry Kane scored like 5 penalties. Do you know what I'm saying? So we had the luck of the draw. We had a good run. We had the momentum. But we didn't really get challenged. And when we did, we came up short. And it's the typical English thing to overhype their players, bruv. Like, Luke Shaw's a good player. He's not a great player. I don't think he'll ever be a great player, but I think he can be a very good left back for the club. But people are talking about man like he's Marcelo. Like, he's not. Like, today, Liverpool's fullbacks got 5 assists between them. Like, for modern day fullbacks, especially in teams where you've got inverted wingers or false nines and all of that, these guys providing the width and an attacking threat is a massive, massive, massive part of the game, and he doesn't give us enough of that. The run that he made today for the goal, I'd like to see him make them runs 10 times, 15 times in a game, because he's got it in his locker, bruv. I have to be harsh with Luke Shaw because he was a teenage record signing. He cost more than Wayne Rooney, and the way man are gassing him up here, he's not putting out that Wayne Rooney level performance. He's not. Do you know what I mean? And he's not young no more. People can talk about the injury and all of that. Bruv, the injury was 3 years ago. It was 3 years ago. Ruud van Nistelrooy had a very serious, could have been career-threatening injury, and he came back to be one of the best strikers in Europe. That's the levels, blood. Do you know what I mean? 3 years on, man can't still be going back to that injury, bro. We can't still keep going back to that. We can't. We just have to judge him on what he's doing now. And what he done today was a good performance. What he done the game before was a good performance. But I'm not getting ahead of myself, because I know the Luke Shaw we bought for 30 million, teenage record signing, was taking free kicks for Southampton, was an attacking fullback. We don't have that guy yet. I want to see him, but we don't have him yet. So everyone's getting ahead of themselves. I'll continue to be harsh on him, because this isn't Luke Shaw's ceiling. It's not. He's got so much more he can do. And until I see that, I'm not going to get sucked into this typical British media hype. I'm not getting sucked into that, bro. I refuse to, innit? The guy's a good player, but he can become a top player. Like, he's not there yet. Solid performance from Luke. Take nothing away from the lad. Centre-backs, Victor and Smalling, bruv. Smaldini and the Iceman, the Viking. Brilliant again. Victor built up everything from the back. Smalling, bruv. All over Batshuayi. I told man, Chelsea rent boy, blood. Mike Smalling, Smaldini, do you know what I'm saying? Touch tight, bruv, like skinny jeans, blood. All over him. It was beautiful to watch. Like, them two together, I told you, that's our best partnership. People were like, no, Bailly. No, let me tell you why. Bailly's a better footballer than Smaldini, but you know what it is? We need someone that can attack the ball. Batshuayi, the ball's coming in, Smalling diving header clearance. Bailly don't give you that. Lindelof don't give you that. Lindelof and Bailly are very similar in the sense that they both not great at attacking the ball. Do you know what I mean? They'll both rather deal with players running at them. Whereas Smalling likes the rough and tumble. He likes the aerial. He's an old-fashioned English centre-half. And in the Premier League, when you come up against these teams with the aggressive physical forwards, you need a Smaldini, bruv. You do, innit? This game was built for him. So I think like them two, especially away from home against the lower league teams, the more physical teams, it's a must, guys. Fred, today, a lot of people were on Fred's case saying, oh, Fred didn't have a good game. That's nonsense. I watched the game. I was there, yeah, and Fred grew into that game. Fred is the kind of player, he's got neat feet, he's very active, and he likes to try and play passes in between the lines. So he will give the ball away, because he likes to play forward if he can, and he likes to try and pass in between the lines. When you do that, you will lose possession. It's inevitable. And especially when you don't have a lot of movement in front of you, it doesn't give you much. He played a few diag ping peaches today. He won a lot of interceptions, and he was just very, very active. I think with Fred, he needs to play himself into match fitness. A lot of people getting on his back. He hasn't played no football. Then you put him into a high tempo, away from home, depleted team. We're not putting Fred into a solid 11 that's been playing week in, week out and slotting him in. We put him into a very changed team. So I thought he played well, considering the circumstances. He did well also to cover for Luke Shaw. When he was getting up the pitch, Fred was squeezing over to the left and filling in. And there was a few times where the ball was played down the outside. Luke Shaw couldn't get back. Lindelof went over to the outside and Fred tucked in behind him. And that's a lot of the shit, yeah, that if you're not at the game, yeah, and the camera follows the ball, if you're not there, you don't see little things like that. So I thought he had a solid game, a 7 out of 10. It wasn't great, but I don't think anyone played below a 7 today. I don't. And that's why I think it was a beautiful, solid team away from home performance, guys. Scott McTominay, blood. I'm not his biggest fan, innit? Like, he's not a talented footballer, but what he is, he's a typical academy graduate. Anyone that's played football to a level or been in the academy, you know that the academies churn out these robotic players, bruv. Like, these players that have great lungs, get up and down, you know what I mean? Smash the bleep test, and very basic. Half turn, 5-yard pass. Cruyff turn, 5-yard pass. That is Scott McTominay, bruv. That's what he is. But what he did today was very disciplined. Like, it was a very experienced display for someone so young. Like, he didn't get caught out of position once. He won the aerial balls. I think physically, he has the edge over Fred. Because even though Fred's a much better footballer than him, Scott McTominay is just built for the English game, innit? As a centre-half, he's quite tall, reasonably strong, and decent enough feet. He's not slow, but he ain't got pace. Do you know what I mean? He's not as lanky as Matic. He looks a bit more athletic. So Scott had a great game, bruv. You man know I'm not the biggest fan of Scott, but I'm a fair guy, bruv. Like, I will say it how I see it, innit? Like, he was my man of the match if I had to choose one. Like, when man was singing the Scott McTominay song, bruv, like, you just have to take your hat off to the kid, bruv. He was immense today, man. Him and Pogba were brilliant. Like, Pogba's just Pogba, innit? Like, I'm getting tired. Like, I feel like I can't praise Pogba too much because it's getting boring, in all honesty. Like, today was another very disciplined display from Paul. Like, he didn't bomb on until like the last 15 minutes when we were getting our tails up. At the beginning, he kept it nice and simple, nice little switch in the play, nice little passes, getting his toes stuck in, balls round the corner. And it was a very disciplined display. We didn't see him bombing into the box until the last 15 minutes. Like, you can tell that he's sacrificing himself for the team. And again, people that aren't really watching the game will be like, oh, Pogba's having a quiet game today. But he wasn't having a quiet game. Him and McTominay were pulling absolute strings in the midfield. It was beautiful to see, man. And then when we go to Rom and Alexis Sanchez was shit again today. Like, I just call him Mowgli, innit? Because he looks like Mowgli, blood. Like, but it's mad. Mowgli, he still owes us peas for them piano lessons. I don't know when or if we're going to get the best out of him, but end of season, I'm getting shot of him. I'm getting shot of him. Like, I can't keep making excuses for man. I really wanted it to work for him. Like, I got the Sanchez scarf as well when we bought him. I really did. Like, I thought that we were going to get the Sanchez that Arsenal got, like, world-class player, like, ice cold finisher. Like, the guy's a shambles, isn't it? Like, and it's just one of them things where, like, I don't think we can defend man anymore. Like, Rom today done what I expect from him all the time. Like, we all know he's not a good footballer. Fundamentally, he's poor. He gets caught on his heels a lot. His first touch is shit. His second touch is usually worse than that. Do you know what I mean? Like, one time he went to control the ball today, ball's up in the air and he's chesting it with his belly and that. Like, it's so clumsy, it's awkward and whatever. But one thing Rom should always be is a fucking handful. Because if you're 14 stone, like 13, 14 stone centre forward that's 6'3", the least you could do is put yourself about. And that's what he did today. That's all I ask from Rom. I'm not asking for him to be a great footballer because he can never be that. But what he is a goal scorer, yeah? If he gets opportunities, he scores goals. You can't argue. The stats tell you that he's a goal scorer. I will never say that Rom is not a goal scorer. I'll always tell you he's not a good footballer because he's not. Do you know what I mean? It's that simple. He scores goals. If you put him in the position, like in the 6-yard box or the 18-yard box, yeah, within the width of the goalpost, he scores goals, innit? Today, that fucking first goal he scored, the reaction, like Flex filmed it, I was shocked, bro. I just stood there with my mouth wide open because he didn't know what was going on. We didn't know what was, nobody knew, blood. Like, as a striker, the most important thing, yeah, you take it early before the goalkeeper can set themselves. That's what they teach you in the academy. Because as soon as the keepers can plant their feet, it's easy for them to get down. Rom took that shot so early that, like, nobody reacted. The defenders didn't react. The keeper didn't react. I was behind it, so I don't know what it looked like on the television, innit? Because it was at the opposite end. I saw him whip it round the defender and into the bottom corner. It was with his weaker foot. It was powerful and it was flat. It was a brilliant finish. Luke Shaw got the assist, and it was a good little run from Luke. I wish he would do that every fucking game. He never ran with the ball like that again for the rest of the game. I want to see him do that every week because he has that in him. When Luke Shaw actually dribbles with the ball at pace, he's very hard to get the ball off, bro. Like, he's got a fucking Popeye build. I was telling Flex, he looks overweight, bruv. He's built like Wayne Rooney. When Wayne Rooney was young and with that build, the power and the strength when these guys are driving with the ball, he's got that build. Luke Shaw don't do that enough. The way Dallo was standing guys up, step over, taking it down the outside, whipping it in, I want to see Luke Shaw doing that, bruv, because he has it. He does have it. But that's why I'm not getting carried away with Luke Shaw. Because when guys are out there giving him man of the matches and 9s and all that, bruv, for the potential that Luke Shaw's got, yeah, today that was an 8 out of 10. That wasn't a 9 out of 10. It wasn't. Like for me, Pogba put in a 7 today and he was brilliant. But that's because I know Pogba's ceiling. Bare man want to try like praise performances that Luke Shaw should be putting in every week. Like a performance like today should be an every week performance for man, because that's the level he can be at. The same way with Pogba, I have to be harsh and give man a 7 today. Not because he didn't play well, because Pogba was brilliant. Pogba's still a level above everyone. Even when he puts in a 7, it's better than other players' 8s. It is. Because he can still get you an assist or a goal when he's not playing well. That's how good Pogba is. But Luke Shaw today, bro, the run, brilliant run. Ball across to Rom. Luke Shaw will get an assist for that. But Rom had it all to do, bruv. Like, when I tell you, when he whipped that shot, like, that had no right to be an assist, because he had no right to score from there on his weaker foot and everything. I had to take my hat off, and I was just like, bro, that's typical Lukaku, bruv. He'll fuck up the easy ones. He missed a sitter from 3 yards out before, and then he scores that. Typical Rom, bruv. Typical. And he didn't have a great game today. He done some good things, but he done more bad things than good things. But the geezer got 2 goals, bruv. And that's all you can ask from a player like Lukaku, because you can't ask for him to have a game where everything he controls just is good and every pass he makes is great. There was a pass he had onto Rashford when he had the ball and Rashford making an overlap and he's fucked the pass, bruv. And it was a simple 2-yard ball. Ron will fuck the easy stuff and then he'll score the difficult stuff. This is why there'll always be opinions divided. That's why I make it very clear that he's a good goal scorer. But as an all-round footballer, the guy is terrible, blood. And there's nothing wrong with him being a terrible footballer like that if he's going to score goals for man. Like, come on, we're all football fans. We just want to win the game. If Rom's scoring 2 goals a game, bruv, he can keep fucking up all these other things. Like, we'll kind of forgive man, innit? Today was one of these games where loads of people saying he played really well. He didn't. But he was effective today. There was a little thing he was doing today from the goal kicks. He was standing offside and then he was coming back on and flicking it onto Sanchez. It worked about 4 or 5 times. Sanchez fucked it when the ball got to him. But Lukaku was actually making a nuisance of himself. Any of you man know what no proper centre forward play, like target man play? Like, Bobby Zamora was very underrated, blood, for that. Like, he was a handful. Even Chris Smalling said Bobby Zamora is one of the hardest players he ever played against, because he'll pin that centre back off the chest, playing it off at angles and that. Lukaku didn't do it often today, but he tried, didn't it? And I've got nothing wrong with that. His second goal, Lukaku used his body, bounced my man out of the way and put it in the goal. When you're that big and that strong, you need to bully players, bruv. I see Rondon running and smashing man and that. Lukaku don't put himself about for a guy the size of him, bruv. And he needs to do that more, because he's not gifted as a footballer. But if he actually embraces the physical side to his game, he can actually be a fucking handful. That's one thing about Fellaini, bruv. Like, he never had good feet and he never tried to, blood. He knew that his strengths were taking the ball down on his chest and scoring headers. So he was a brute and he done that. And I think that Lukaku needs to, for a man his size, he needs to put himself about more. But all in all, guys, I'm fucking happy, bruv. I'm happy with the performance. Like, I give it to you guys 100. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't ever want to say nothing like that's not positive after a display like this, because honestly, we played fucking well. It was a beautiful, beautiful team performance. I'm extremely happy with the way everyone played. Everyone fucked it in patches. Even Ashley Young made a mistake for the goal, but Ashley Young was G'ing up the fans, like the away fans. Big up everyone who came tonight, bruv. We were singing the ball into the fucking net. Like, it's unreal. Like, the atmosphere is ridiculous, man. And I didn't get my my season ticket, like my seat. I didn't get it till the LVG's first season. So under Sir Alex Ferguson, I didn't have the privilege of going every week. But when I did go, this feels like the closest thing. This feels like the closest thing. That's all I can describe it as. It was a brilliant team performance. I gave Scott McTominay man of the match because I thought he was brilliant and he done a lot of things that people don't see. But honestly, like, the whole team, the whole fucking team. Let me know what you think in the comment section, guys, about the points that we've covered as well. And also big up Ashley Young as well, bruv, because he does frustrate me, bruv, and he's not levels. He shouldn't be starting. But you know what? The character that he adds, the way he was G'ing up the fans today, and he absolutely fucking loves it. And we were singing his name just before he whipped in the corner and we scored the second goal. and then he took his goal beautifully. PP assist again, another Pogba assist. When he finally broke forward, and that's it. The deft touch and the weight of that pass from the outside of the foot through the defender's legs, and Ashley Young composed, took a touch, slotted it home, guys. Like, absolute fucking scenes, man. Make sure you check out the fan cams if you haven't already on that. Let me know in the comment section, what did you think of the game? What did you think about the points covered? Who was your man of the match? Was it someone that I didn't mention? Because the obvious choices were obviously Lukaku for the brace, Luke Shaw for the hype. This is second good performance in a row, but for me it was Scott McTominay. Let me know in the comment section, guys. And yeah, usually I do my 3 top players, but honestly, I just can't do it. I just can't do it, to be honest. Like, another solid game for Luke Shaw. Scott McTominay is my man in our match. And then when you look at our centre-backs, Smalling and Lindelof, you can't choose between them. They were both brilliant today. Do you know what I mean? This was one of Pogba's quieter games, and he still had a bloody good game. You know what I mean? So it's just like, what can you fucking do, man? Like, I'm just very happy with the result. I think this is one of the most satisfying wins that I've had so far under Oli, because everyone just played well. And this was a depleted side, and everyone wasn't sure. They weren't sure how it was going to go. And Oli just proved that he's the man for the fucking job, man. Tactically, he got his spot on. Second half, he changed the formation, brought on Eric Bailly, went to a 5 at the back, shored it up there, and then we scored on the break. Like, everything he did, he just got right today. So anyone saying, yeah, you had a good run, luck of the draw, Oli's showing that tactically, he's got the nous. It's got nothing to do with him just being a nice guy and making the players happy. The guy's showing that he's a proper fucking manager. Man, I have to put respect on Oli's name. Oli's at the fucking wheel. Right, guys, and that was my match review. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. And make sure you follow the socials if you haven't already. It's at Rants and Bants on Instagram and Twitter. Going to be doing a Rants Red Talk tomorrow as well. So I'm going to be putting out a tweet as usual to get you lot to interact to that. So it's been emotional, guys. Make sure you share and all that good stuff, and I'll be catching you soon. And by the way, if you haven't checked out the Flex and Rant show already on the United Stand and also my fan cam, make sure you head over there, man. We appreciate the support. We really do, man. And that's why, if any way I can give back, I will. That's why I hooked up the discount code for you guys. And any way I can continue to give back, or we can continue to give back, we will, guys. So appreciate it. Much love, and I'll catch you in a bit.